Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I am Mr. Adolf the teacher and you are within the four walls. This is number one and all-round educational television show on TV 360 Nigeria. To understand the show better for today, see what we have on the green board. We have the classwork, which contains almost a book review and a preface to the topic of the show, which I will do. Then the topic itself is a brand new teacher. We will have a dissemination where the guest will be joining us on the show to discuss her experience in teaching profession. Thereafter, we'll do grading and assignments will follow. But there is the latest happening in the education sector, so let's catch up with these happenings. Some university lecturers have broken away from the academic staff union of the universities to form a new group called Congress of University Academics, CONUA. National coordinator of the new union, Niyi Ismail, said that the lecturers decided to form the new group to redefine unionism and restore peace and stability in universities. He spoke to reporters at its first National Stakeholders Forum at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, OAU. So, on the next news, President Muhammadu Buhari has said that his administration will provide vibrant policies that will provide allowances and initiate annual retention benefits for teachers in order to attract them to rural communities. Buhari, who was represented by the Attorney General of the Federation, Justice Abubakar Malami, made this known in Abuja on Saturday at the 2019 World Teachers' Day celebration. He also said that the federal government will collaborate with states with a view to providing incentives to teachers, especially in the rural areas, to encourage young talent to the teaching profession. We'll take a short break. When we'll come back, we'll be looking at a brand new teacher as the topic. Don't go away because the guest will be joining right immediately. Welcome back. So we are going to be discussing a brand new teacher. The teaching profession is noble, as they say, but in Nigeria, people see teaching profession differently. And now I'm being joined by this wonderful, young, talented teacher who just joined the profession. Nice to meet you and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
First and foremost, being a teacher is noble, that is what they say.
Yes.
What are you saying?
Well, I am saying the same thing. Being a teacher is noble.
Let's go back to when you joined the profession. How long have you been in the profession?
Well, professionally, I joined this teaching 2 years, let's say a year and. So not basically 2 years, but a year and.
How did you make that decision to come into teaching profession?
Well, teaching chose me, and the decision was, will I say, from the universe. Because I can't really pinpoint a particular part in my life where I decided to be a teacher. So it just came in from the blues, and I had to accept it. I had no other option than to accept it. Because it hit me so hard in my heart when it came, and I said, okay, let's do this.
Did you know what you were getting into when you said, let's do this? Because you're making it sound so simple and so
right?
interesting.
Okay. I went through the Nigerian school, of course, primary, secondary, and university, so I know what it is. I know I already seen it. I knew what my teachers went through. I knew what my lecturers went through. So I'm in it, so let's do it together. I'm doing it.
I can as well say that let's do it together. It's service to humanity and all of that. But service to humanity also demands that whoever that is serving should be taken care of properly, should be respected, so to say, by the society.
Yes.
But this is not happening with the Nigerian education sector. You are seemingly happy with your profession. Are you forgetting the fact that you are underpaid?
Okay, I'm not forgetting the fact that I'm underpaid, because this Nigerian society, let's not look at what the government have to offer. What do you have to offer to the society? What are you offering to the younger generation? So yes, I agree that the Nigerian government are not doing so well when it comes to the education sector. They believe that it's some sector that just needs to be taken care of the way they want it to be. But look outside the country, where we have people, everybody wants to go into the teaching profession because they are well paid, they are well remunerated. So our Nigerian government have a lot to do when it comes to education, and so I still have the joy, though I am underpaid. Yes, of course, but let's not look at that fact. Let's look at the generation we're trying to grow.
No, I would decide the fact that we look at now. When you come into the classroom, the four walls of the classroom,
yes,
what comes to your mind first? What comes to your mind before you begin the lesson of the day?
Okay. I do this every time on my way to school. I'm going to the classroom. I'm going to teach children from different homes, children that have different personalities, and they are unique in their own way. So that's the aspect I look at it from every time I'm going to school. And when I enter the classroom, I look at their faces. I only see children that are happy or have mixed feelings.
Out of those children that would have fantastic faces, would come those ones that would make learning processes difficult.
Very difficult, very difficult.
How do you handle it?
It can be a little bit annoying.
You don't want to use the word frustrating.
Let me use the word crazy. Crazy would be better. So it can be a little bit crazy, but I put all those away because as a human being, you wake up in the morning, different feelings. So I do not just I leave their mixed faces, their mixed feelings, and focus on the happy ones, and also look at myself. What do I have to offer these kids today? As I step into this class, this lesson, what do they stand to gain? Because at the end of the day, it's not about just giving them the lesson. You're grooming people who will either make or mar the society later in life. And again, I'm a young woman, a lady. I haven't gotten married yet. And my kids, I will definitely marry and give birth to kids. So these kids, my kids might be trained by some of them in the class. So I look at the future. I don't just focus on the present. Yes, there are so many psychological issues, financial problems, and so on and so forth. Oh, there's no salary, I'm underpaid, everything. But I'm looking at the future, a future that will be better for my onboard children and the onboard children of many. Because these kids in the classroom will end up being the president, doctors, the minister of education. What are we talking about? So I leave all those negative parts aside and focus on the positive part, and also focus on the future.
All right. For young teachers like you who come into the profession, most times would be sort of disorganized and not knowing how to fix things, make it fast, or how to get things work. Coupled with the fact that the administrator or the head teachers might be bringing down their own intensity of work. How do you cope with handling children, the lessons, the school management, even with the parents that could send in reports and all of that? When you are new, you are very new.
Okay. For a person, anybody going into an organization, be it a school or a bigger platform, a corporate body, you should know that there's going to be pressure. That is one thing. And one of the things they tell you is ability to fit. Ability to fit into pressure. So work under pressure. So if you cannot work under pressure, then why put yourself into going to an organization or go into the learning profession? Because the teaching profession is also like the normal organization, because the school itself is an organization. As for someone that is new, I try my best possible to fit in. You have to fit in. Fit in, start learning, start developing yourself. You learn, you make sure that, okay, you have to plan your lessons very, very early before the week runs out, you've planned the lesson, you get your teaching methods right, and your instructional materials. You know that, of course, kids will be overwhelming. You know how to handle them. Put in the necessary classroom management techniques to make them know that, okay, this is the school, I'm your teacher, I'm in charge here. Coupled with your bosses, that's the school management, the head teacher, or the administrator, or the proprietor, or the principal, whoever it may be, you two have to live up to expectation, because after them comes you, and you have to give them reports concerning the students that's placed in your care. And now goes the parents, of course, the customers, the main customers. You know, in every organization, in every institution, you have your customers. So you have to give your customers feedback. You have to make sure that you tell them what your child is doing and what the child is not doing. You keep your own records and be up to date. You just have to be, you as a teacher, you just have to be on your toes. Not just a teacher, in every organization, you know that you have to be into, you have to deliver. So you as a teacher, you know that I have the students to take care of, I have my lesson note, I have to report to my boss, and I have to give feedback to the parents, come open day and other days that we have where the parents have to come around, or maybe when they put a phone call through. So you have to be on your toes. You have to settle in.
Let's settle with the way you personally. This is the last question before we take a short break.
Okay.
Let's settle in with the way you emotionally handle those children. Sometimes you might have the favorite, and sometimes it's natural that you would have the one that you really, really don't like. How do you handle the favorite kids and the one you really, really don't like?
Actually, I don't segregate. That's me. I believe that everybody is there.
You're professionally trained.
Yeah, professionally trained. You do not segregate your
kids. It is natural.
Yeah, yes, it is natural for you to have your favorites. Of course, you have the ones that behave mature, that give you less stress. Trust me, I have them a lot. But you still have to put them in their place. That you're my student and I'm your teacher. You're all under my care. And I am not to have my favorite, and I'm not to have those ones that give me trouble, even though it's glaring and you know that, oh, this one, even the students know that, oh, this one is always on Miss Jane's neck and all that. But I try my best possible to make sure that I am not so emotionally attached, whereby the kids see, you know, what they see they can't forget.
Yes.
So you try your best. Everything has to do with you having the emotional intelligence too. So you try your best possible as a teacher to, how will I put it, to make sure that there is no glaring difference between...
There is a balance.
Yes, there is a balance. Thank you. There is a balance. The kids are there. Of course, you have those ones that do not give you stress. I have those ones that give you stress. But still placing them under the same umbrella and treating them equally.
Oh, wait. When we'll come back after the short break, we will look at your qualification standard and why you decided to be patient enough for this profession. Please don't go away. When we come back, she'll be having a confession to make. Welcome back. Still with me is Miss Jane, a teacher. She's new, but look at how she's talking like she has 30 years experience in teaching profession.
Don't worry, very soon.
Jane.
Count it. It's counted.
Rumor has it that you came out with first class.
Jeez! Oh my God! On public TV. Oh,
how
Lord.
true is that?
Okay, so true. Oh no!
You came out with first class.
Okay.
And rumor as well has it that.
Oh my God.
You were begged to accept this job.
Whoa.
Rumor as well has it that I kept all these records that you were being pressured not to accept this job, but it was very, very surprising to people that you decided, first class graduate, fresh,
Jeez.
went into classroom to teach children. When you finished your youth service, rumor has it that you got offers.
Whoa.
Jane, I'm not going to doubt the love that you have now for education sector and but can you tell us the real truth about your accepting being a teacher? Then we'll finalize.
Okay. So, as a very young person, graduating with a very good result from the University of Ibadan, yes. It's a very tight one. Yes, with a very good certificate to show for it. Sorry. Looking at venturing into the teaching profession wasn't like an option for me. I saw it and I don't know. There was this attraction to go into it. I felt confident in it. I usually used to be the shy person. Actually, I'm still shy, but people don't really know I'm shy. But teaching gave me my ground. Trust me when I say so.
Okay.
Till now, I stutter sometimes, I stammer, but it's less since when I got into the teaching profession. You know, being a teacher, I am so grateful being a teacher. And this your room was, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to sanction that person. But yes, offers, I was opportune to serve in the College of Education at Cross River State, Obudu. Yeah, I would have stayed, but I had to come back to Lagos because it was a bit far from my home. So yes, offers will come, but you know, literally looking at an environment we are in right now as a youth, and looking at the teenagers the world breeds today, or we are about to have very soon, because we're about to have a world full of millennials, and the millennials are fast growing. They are saying things much more than we, the 1990s and the 18, we couldn't, the way they see things now, it's much more different. So I feel that as a teacher, I'll be able to mentor. Yes, I might not do the whole NGO thing, going public speaking, but the classroom is enough
platform for
me, because I get to meet children from different and diverse backgrounds.
And teachers, they say, always go into diverse economic sources.
Of course.
Will you go into diverse economic sources?
I would go into diverse economic sources, of course. I'm a teacher.
All right. So she keeps saying that she's a teacher, and it's wonderful to always hear you confidently claiming that. So in this show, we have gradings A, C, and F. For A is excellent, C is fair, and F is terrible.
Oh my God.
We're going to start grading you right now. Miss Jane, is it for A, C, F that you settled for teaching because you loved it and not because of money? Is it excellent? Is it fair? Is it, using you as an example, would you encourage young girls with first class to go into classroom with meager pay?
Well, I don't know. It depends on you. I wouldn't choose for that. I wouldn't choose. But if you feel that you have something to offer a generation yet unborn, and the generation of now, why not? Why not venture into teaching? Not just restricting yourself to the normal secondary school. Moving up. I intend going up to university. Lecturing, of course.
Excellent.
So I grade myself an A.
Wow. Hey, and imagine the grading I'm going to give you if you write this assignment. So go on our Facebook, 4 Walls on Facebook, and share your thoughts right now. Would teachers be good enough to collect better salaries? And if that is so, now tell us how much you think a Nigerian teacher should collect at minimum. How much should a Nigerian teacher collect at minimum? Thank you very much. You share your answer with us on 4walls/Facebook. Thank you very much. Miss Jane, nice having you on the show.
I think I know the answer to that assignment. Let me tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you after the show.
It's going to be an expo. Can you just leave it? Thank you very much for being on the show. Nice having you.
Same here,
and for
same
you
here.
all. God bless. And don't forget that education is paramount to Nigerian development.
Word.
Until I see you next time. Bye-bye.